O Paramatma, O the Brahman, O the limitless, O the boundless, O Paramatma, O the Brahman, O the limitless, O the boundless, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from what is not true to true. Experience is being generated. Experience is being generated because of the karma. Please remember that. I remind you time to time. Experience is being generated because of the karma. If there is no karma, there is no experience. Now the Atman would dissolve in Brahman. Atman has all the qualities and all the adjectives of Brahman. Is just like the relationship between the drop and the ocean. The drop from the ocean has all the tendencies, all the traits, all the parameters, all the adjectives from the ocean. And ocean also has all the traits and qualities of the drop. It's just that ocean is the most refined and drop is working to be refined. When drop is completely refined out of any type of attributes, when the drop has worked and transcended the attributes, the karma, the drop would merge in the ocean. You see? So experience is being generated because of the karma. If there is no karma, there is no experience. Understand that. When a troublesome situation arrives, sadly and unfortunately, when a troublesome situation, a frustrating situation, a depressing situation, an annoying situation arrives, our first response or instinct emotionally and mentally is to get rid of the trouble. Is that a fact or it's not a fact? Most of the humans are functioning this way. Most of us. Remember, I told you there is no one better here. The Paramatma, the Brahman, does not recognize who is a sinner and who is a saint. You see, it only recognizes who is more aware and who is less aware. Our first response to a troublesome, annoying, or frustrating situation is to get rid of the situation ASAP or as quick as humanly possible. But the thing is, when we respond to the situation, we have expectations. When we respond to the situation, like that, we have expectations. There is a hope in us. This troublesome or frustrating or annoying situation would resolve quickly. What we do not realize in the moment in time, what we do not realize in the period in time, that this experience, this situation is trying to teach us something. If you understand, this experience, this situation is trying to teach us something. By the teaching, we would transcend the situation itself. It means that you have dissolved karma. The situation, if you transcend this experience, if you transcend the situation itself, instead of getting rid of it, and I'll tell you how. If you transcend the situation, if you see what it is trying to teach you, if you are alert enough, if you are focused enough, and if you see what it is trying to teach you, and you learn from the situation, I promise you, that whoever the person is involved, and the situation and the experience would not emerge. What the word I'm looking for, would not manifest. That's the word I'm looking for in English. You see? Would not manifest in that particular type of situation again. Not the same situation would occur again. Because the situation is annoying, because the situation is frustrating. Because the situation is annoying, the situation is frustrating, the situation is a little troublesome. So if you transcend the situation, and I'll show you now. So if you can, you heard of Ramana Maharishi? Shri Ramana Maharishi, Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi. Bhagavan is Hindi or Sanskrit for somebody God-like, you see. So Bhagavan Shri Ramana Maharishi said, if you learn to remain focused, and if you learn to remain calm, if you learn to detach yourself from the situation emotionally, you can resolve just about any situation. If you understand what I'm saying to you, you can resolve. If you learn to remain calm, in other words, if you learn to detach yourself, if you have no fear, if you emotionally, in summary, in brief, if you emotionally detach yourself from the situation, if you have transcended yourself, if you have gained that kind of growth, if you understand, if you have gained that kind of growth, and if you detach yourself emotionally, in other words, if you learn to remain calm and look at the experience and the situation as a spectator, you can resolve just about any situation, no matter how annoying, no matter how frustrating, no matter how troublesome the situation is. You can just about resolve any situation. You see what I'm saying to you? So instead of getting rid of the situation, first response should be to look at the situation as a spectator. When you learn to look at any situation, good or bad, as a spectator, you are more in charge, you are more in control of the situation. If you understand, if you can just learn that technique, then you can resolve any situation. And I can promise you that. And you know how I am so confident and how I can promise you that? Do you know what? How? The reason I can promise you that, the reason I'm so confident, because I live this way. You see, I have learned to detach myself from the situation. And then I resolve just about any situation, no matter how annoying, how frustrating, unfortunately, or how troublesome the situation is, if you understand what I'm saying to you. So this is what happens. Now, You can only observe the situation as a spectator, even though your body is involved in the experience, even though physically you are in the experience, even though you physically you are in the situation, but you still are not in the same time. It's a little difficult for you to understand in this moment in time, or I am hoping that you understand what I'm saying to you. Remember something. You are nothing but the sense of self awareness. Have this awareness when a situation arises. Remind yourself. Try to remember this. Remember, I always tell you, remember the word remember. So, when a situation like that arises, and you have the awareness that time that you are nothing but the sense of self awareness. When you have the awareness that time, the real you was never born, and a real you would never die. As Lord Krishna, or Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, as Lord Krishna or Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that fire cannot burn it, wind cannot blow it, it has no physical traits attached to it. If you understand, it's the omniscient and it's the omnipotent, because it's just a sense. Sense has always been and sense would always be. And I have a great news for you. You are that sense. You see, real you through your body. If you have the awareness in the situation, through the eyes, if you understand what I'm saying to you, through the eyes. Who is looking outside through the eyes? Through the eyes, who is looking outside through the eyes? Through the ears, who is listening to the who is listening through the ears? You see, through the nostrils of your nose, who is coming in and going out? That's real you. You understand? It's through the eyes you see the experience. Through the ears you hear the experience. You see? So your body is just a way through which you manifest, and then you understand the experience. Then your body is basically is just a way that you understand, and your body is just a way through which you can relate to physicality, so you can transcend the experience. Please have this awareness in please have this awareness in your mind. If you understand what I'm saying to you, please have this awareness when you are facing an annoying situation. When you are facing, first of all, have this awareness that the body is in this experience, in this situation. I am not the body. I am the one who is looking and relating through the body to the physicality. I am the one who is looking through the eyes. I am the one who is speaking through the mouth. I am the one who is listening. Some are through the ears. So the body is just a vessel, more like. It's just a way that a real me can relate to physicality to transcend the experience. And I promise you, I promise you, once you learn that, once you have fully understood that, not through the thinking mind, not through scrolling memes on Facebook, not through the thinking mind, not through scrolling memes on Facebook, not through making posts on Facebook, not through making posts on spiritual posts on Facebook. Or it's a great thing if you think that it would bring a difference in somebody else's life, somebody would get the benefit of wisdom, then pass it on. It's good. There's nothing against it. But a lot of conversations, a lot of dialogues have been exchanged. A lot of conversations have been done in the past. A lot of talking, a lot of debates, a lot of satsang, rather group meditation and stuff. A lot of that is being done. You see what I'm saying to you? But a result remains either very less or zero. Practical is needed, you see, and we are just doing the practical. So when you fully understand that, if you see that I am the one who is manifesting and relating to physicality through the body, but I am not the body. I am above and beyond the body. A body like that I had before. A body like that I had before and before and before, you see. But real me was never born. And since real me was never born, is not subjected to death or bodily demise, you see. Real me remains intact no matter what the situation is. The accumulation through which I manifest myself, of course, is subject to birth. Have you heard the term? Have you heard the term birth is subjected to birth and bodily demise, you see, which is like coming and going. That's it. It does not have a lot of significance. The only significance it has that you learn to, the only significance it has that you learn to shed your karma after you have learned all the necessary lessons of the experience, after you have learned all the necessary lessons of the situation. You merge, as I said in the beginning of this video, you are the drop who would merge or merges with the ocean. You are the drop who would merge and merges with the Brahman, you see. So this is what happens. And remember something, if you try to avoid the experience, also now I am showing you the flip side of the coin. Now I am showing you the flip side of the coin. If you try to get rid of the experience without learning anything, if you are not giving, if you are not giving yourself enough time to see what this experience or a particular, have you heard the term particular, or a particular situation is trying to teach me. If you try to avoid experience, if you try to avoid a being who is in the experience, if you try to avoid a person who is in the experience, or you try to avoid the entire experience altogether. The experience is generating. Please remember that. I'm showing you the flip side of the coin. The experience is being generated because of the previous karma. The previous karma, basically, or simply karma, is imprinted on you. It means no matter what happens, not in this lifetime, the lifetime after and after, it's not going to go anywhere. Karma basically does not go anywhere. Please know that. Karma basically does not go anywhere. Karma is imprinted on Atman. Karma is imprinted on what you understand, the essence of the being or the soul is not going to go anywhere. Karma would remain intact with or even without the body, it wouldn't go. You see, so if you are trying to avoid the experience, if you are trying to avoid the situation, if you are trying to avoid a person or a being who is causing frustration or causing annoyance, if that you may avoid it for the time being, you may avoid it basically for some time, but the experience would generate again in slightly different form, and I can promise you that. You see, it would keep generating and over. The more you try to avoid, the more it would generate. The being, the person, the experience, the situation. No matter how many times, no matter how many times you try to avoid, it wouldn't go anywhere. It would just keep generating in slightly different form. But the lesson is the same or would be the same in the experience. It would just keep generating over and over and over and over and over. You see what I'm saying to you? It would just keep generating over and over and over and over. You see, till you transcend experience. So the best way we realize through our focus and wisdom, the best way to get rid of a situation or experience a troublesome situation, an annoying situation, a frustrating situation is to transcend it. Once you have transcended the situation, it would never occur again. That is also a promise and a good news, you see. So, by the way, I forgot to mention in the beginning of this retreat, as I mention time to time, that by the time when I'm delivering the words of truth, and by the time I am delivering the words of wisdom, or by the time when I am answering an inquiry, I hope you are following me. By the time I am delivering the words of truth and I am delivering the words of wisdom, or I am answering an inquiry, I am rather in a profound, or if not profound, but still in a deep state, or just a state of meditation. You see, so I do not use my intellect until unless it's extremely necessary, and the response, just if I so wished and I so focused on something, the answer would be given to me. It's all over. You just have to be receptive. It was, by the way, in the response of an inquiry, that why you always, or not always, but for the most part, why you always, or not always, but for the most part, face the annoying situation. And it seems like all the annoying situations, or all the frustrating situations, or all the troublesome situations and annoying people are just about happening in your life solely. So I have given you clarity. And not only through clarity and the words of truth and the words of wisdom, but you need to maintain physical posture basically every day, and watch on your breathing every day, but rather focus on your breathing, that you are breathing in and you are breathing out, and you give gratitude consciously. You are aware of your breathing and you are giving gratitude consciously to your breathing while you are maintaining a physical posture, which is what we understand as meditation. You gotta make some time every day. Otherwise, if all I said are just the words of truth and wisdom, which would have very less impact on you, or it wouldn't have any impact. You may be fascinated by the words of truth and wisdom. You may be even compliment me inside you. If you are greedy to compliment on my face, I'm just kidding. I don't look for the compliments or anything. I'm past that. But I'm just saying, I was just joking anyway. But I'm just saying, shh, time for a private meditation session. So I will wrap it up quickly. But you may be, but it wouldn't have, it would either have very less effect on you, it would bring clarity, but it would either have very less effect on you, or it would have no effect on you without practical. What is practical basically? Practical is meditation. Practical is Kriya meditation, giving gratitude to the most important activity that there is, which is your breathing. Giving gratitude, not attitude, giving gratitude to the most important activity that there is, which is breathing. And also maintaining the physical posture of meditation. You see? So I have answered your inquiry. However, if you misunderstood something, you can always write me and I would clarify further. And in the end, I just wanted to make a point here that when I deliver, it is not in the response of this particular person's inquiry, but in general, I'm saying, because every now and then I receive, every now and then, every now and then I receive the messages uh, through the email, the people who stumble upon or people who come across to my YouTube channel and they watch me and they make an assumption, because people are different. There are some people who are truly concerned with their well-being. There are some people who are the concrete truth seekers, like they are very firm that they want to know the truth, and I congratulate you. These are the people who are much aware than other people. If you understand, these are the people who are much loved by the cosmos, because they are looking for the truth, they are seeking for themselves. If you understand, we are seeking for ourselves. But what I am not here basically to bless you so you can have some money in some type of lottery, or what I am not here to bless you so you can flourish in business, and what I am not here basically to bless you so you can land on a high scale or a highly paid job. I mean, these are the ambience of the life. This is not life. You winning lottery, you gaining money, or you gaining some type of authority, or basically some type of control so you can rule on people. First, learn to control your temper, you know. First, learn to control yourself. First, learn to control your thoughts. First, learn to control your imagination. Okay? Do not worry about to control others. You understand? You can never do that. Do not, I stand against it. The one who wants to have the control on other people, I say it very clearly here. It is not a good thing to manipulate and control people, either mentally or physically, and stuffs like that. Laws, rules, and regulations, of course, are there for a reason. I'm not talking about in that context, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm saying there are manipulative people. There are manipulative people, there are liars, and they are demented, and they have no authority given to them, but they just in their surrounding, they want to manipulate, excuse me, they want to manipulate the surrounding. They want to manipulate with people's life. They are parasites. They feed on gossips, they feed on lie, they want to manipulate and have control on other people for no reason. If you understand, the reason is zero. And they do it so they can have control and feel good about themselves. That's very narcissistic. Have you had the term narcissist? I'm sure you have. Not that I'm calling you one. I don't know. As I said, that my retreats or the messages from sacred and the messages from divine are only to whom it is concerned, to whom it may concern. You may be narcissistic. I don't know. Maybe you are. Or maybe you are not. You see, either way, these are the words of truth and wisdom. So don't try to manipulate people either through gossips or lies or plant doubts in their head. And also do not try and do not ask me to give you some type of authority and stuff like that, or do not ask me to bless you so you can land on a high job. I'm making it very clear, so understand it good, comprehend my words. I'm not here to give you money or to bless money. Somebody asked, are you capable? Am I capable? What is a mystic? I have told you numerous times. You see, mystic is the one who goes side by side and eventually emerges with the Brahman. You see, with the Pratma. You see, a mystic also can manifest situations. A mystic can see the things not other can see. You understand? Am I capable? Maybe. It's not important. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I'm not here, and I'm not here to tell you to go and manipulate with an average person's life. I'm not here to bless you with the money. These are petty things, you see, and specifically manipulation and have a certain type of control on people instead of worrying about having a control on your thoughts, imaginations, and how you feel in a given moment. If you are one of those people, then my words of truth and wisdom, I hope it makes a difference in your life and bring clarity. Because remember something, the only time we are capable, the only time we are capable to shed the karma, the only time we are capable basically to shed the karma is when we are in human form, when we are in human body. That's the only time, if you understand. That's the only time we shed the karma. So the time is important. If you understand what I'm saying to you, the time is very important. Make the best out of it. Look out for your well-being. Look out for others' well-being. You see, do not hurt yourself. Do not punish yourself. Do not hurt others. Do not punish others. If you understand, look for the common welfare. Not only your welfare, but look for the common welfare. Look for the common wealth. Look for the common well-being for everybody and for yourself. You see, and it would bring tremendous amount of joy. It would bring tremendous amount of peace. It would bring excellent and tremendous amount of fulfillment inside you. You can mark my words on it. You see. Have you learned to sit yet?